Hi y'all, welcome to Jackie Blue Beauty Tips and welcome to my family room. I just want to welcome you all to my channel, and if you're new, please subscribe and like and comment. And I got lots of videos on beauty, on health, on life, all kinds of videos. So if you're interested, just look on down and stick around. Maybe there's something you're interested in, and come on down to my channel and become one of my baby chickadees and one of my YouTube families. So today I decided to do a serious video. I told you all I was going to try to do another serious video. I like to do those every once in a while. So today I'm going to do a video on unconditional love. So stay tuned and we'll get started. I wanted to talk about unconditional love because if we have unconditional love in our lives, we'll have better relationships. Hopefully, if we use unconditional love, we will have happier relationships and a more fulfilling life. So here we go. So we're going to talk about that. Love is very hard to define. We can't really put into words. But if you are in love, when you're in love and you know it because you feel it. And the best kind of love is unconditional love, and that's the purest love and the most true love. And that is talked about in the Bible, agape love, and that's the love that God had for us when He sent His Son Jesus, and that is a very unconditional love. And the Bible is all about love. It says the greatest of these is love, and there's a lot to say in the Bible, and so we can go there as a source too to learn about love. It's mentioned so much, and it's something we all need in our lives, and I believe that's the unconditional love. So the best way I can explain unconditional love is the kind of love we have for our children. When we have that little baby and it's born and we lay eyes on that beautiful creation, that is when you feel the most unconditional love, I think. And it just comes and you just love them regardless of what they do for you or if they make mistakes. You just have that unconditional love for your children. So that's the best way I can explain it. Also, it seems like our pets, they have the unconditional love towards us too. That's why they say if you want a best friend, go buy a dog. Because the dog is man's best friend and loyal, and they show their owners unconditional love. So if you don't have any children, think about your pets. So unconditional love is love regardless of circumstances. Unconditional love is not what someone does to us. We love them regardless, and sometimes that unconditional love is hard to give, and sometimes we have to practice it and learn how to give it to have happier relationships. No, I'm not talking about the blinded kind of love where, when you first fall in love with someone, it's a romantic love and infatuation, and everything they do, you don't care. Everything you do, you just love them, and that's a blinded love, and that's kind of the beginning of love. It can be, but it's not really true love. That will wear off. That's kind of the infatuation stage when you're blinded and you first fall head over heels for that person, and either it continues to grow or after a while you start to see their faults and the love kind of dies because it wasn't true love, it was infatuation. And I think we can get true love mixed up with romantic love or infatuation. So that's something first you have to understand that, that kind of love, it will wear off, and if it's true love, it will last. And even if you have that love for your partner at first, when you have your true love, that will wear off, and eventually you will see their faults, and that's when you have to really decide and make it a choice to love. So yeah, you have to make a choice to love that person, and you have to take action. And I feel like we can use this unconditional love not only to our spouse or a husband or our children. You need to also use this with friends and people you work with too. A lot of times you have to work with people who you might not, always agree with what they do, and that's when you have to kind of have a sort of a work relationship unconditional love. So we all need this in our lives no matter what, to have better relationships and have a more fulfilling life. And I feel really one of the first things you have to do to love someone unconditionally is you have to love yourself. And there are so many things I could say about that, and I actually do have a video on loving yourself. So if you're interested in that and you want to hear more about that, just scroll on down and look at that video, because I'm not going to get into all the details. But the one thing I'm going to say about to love someone unconditionally, you first have to love yourself. And I think the main thing with that is that you have to know that you have faults. Everyone has faults. So you have to accept those faults in yourself and try to change them, accept them, and try to overcome them, but know that you have them. And that's the same thing we have to do, is we can accept our own faults and we can accept the faults of others too, and that will start unconditional love. Yeah, like I said, love is a choice, and one of the best ways to love is to, when you get up in the morning, just think, well, what can I do for this person? What can I do for them that's going to show them love? And that's especially what we should do for our family members. They all need our love, and we can get up and think, what can we do for them? And what we need to do for someone might be different for each person, and it might be different in different situations. Like if someone you're close to has lost a friend or family member, you can't just talk them out of it. You have to cry with them and be there. If they need to talk. If they need space, give them space. And that's what I'm saying. Sometimes the things we do can be different for people in different situations, in different circumstances. So that's what we need to do. We need to find out, and through thought and practice, to know what other people close to us need. What can we do for them at this moment or this time, to make them feel better. So that's a key too, to be in tune that sometimes it's different from day to day and circumstance to circumstance and even person to person. The next thing we have to do is forgive. And forgiveness is loving someone unconditionally. And that's forgiving without an apology. I mean, it's nice to have an apology, but you don't always get one. So you have to make it a choice to love that person even if you don't get an apology. Now, I'm not saying you shouldn't tell that person that they hurt you. You should. And if you're in a good relationship, hopefully they will try not to do that again to hurt you. So you have to forgive for yourself and for others, but you can also voice your opinion and tell that person if they hurt you. That's healthy too. We don't want to hold everything in. There are some times that we do just have to move on. I don't say that you should be a doormat and you should let people walk all over you. And if a relationship is toxic and gives too much negativity, then it's time to move on. Of course, sometimes we can't if we're in a work situation or a family member or something. So in my relationship video, I address some of those issues too. So that's another video you can check out, because that's a whole nother video too. So yeah, forgive freely. That will help you to love and show love unconditionally also. Loving unconditionally, like I said, it's accepting yourself and loving others and making that a choice. To wrap it all up, here's some tips for, like I said, we have to work on loving unconditionally. It's not always easy. It takes practice. It takes thought. It takes learning, and little by little, I feel if you try harder, that you will be able to love people unconditionally, and that will make you happier. That will make your relations better. Knowing you're helping others will also will make you happier and feel better about yourself. So some things we could do, some quick little tips is, when you get up in the morning, just think, what can I do for someone that I love? And make it an action. Do something for someone you love. And you can do things that they would know and notice, or you can do things that they might not notice. Like you could pray for a person. That would be something that would be bringing them good vibes, but not necessarily even know about it. Also, you could text a person, send them a little text that you haven't seen in a while, a phone call, a letter, a note. You could smile at somebody. You could give someone a compliment. These are all little things that we can do to show our love. And as we do that, others will feel love, And as we do things for other people, our heart will become bigger and warmer and fuller, and you'll just want to keep on doing it because you'll feel like so much better about yourself for doing it. And as we do things for others, our heart will grow and will become a warmer, more caring person. And you know, it doesn't have to be big things, just sometimes the small little things like, you know, making a family member their favorite meal, or, you know, getting them their something little that they wanted. I mean, the small things can be great things, and it can be acts. Small things can be big acts of love and can mean the most to people. So it doesn't have to always be a big deal. It can just be something little. Also, love means wishing others happiness and having good thoughts about them, and always thinking about giving and not getting. And I guess a good example is this is, you know, I've always loved Christmas. I've always enjoyed getting gifts, and when we're little, we love that. And even as adults, we like to get gifts. But I guess I really noticed it when my firstborn son, his first Christmas, or even maybe his second Christmas, we can actually open gifts and be all excited. It was just a new opening of joy and happiness, seeing him get things and not even worried about what I was going to get. And I guess that's an example of giving without getting, and that's always the attitude we should have. And I guess you, like I said, you mostly notice that so much about your children because you love them so much. And I remember that the first Christmas. To love unconditionally, we can try to incorporate these ideas into our life. None of us are perfect. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to be honest and keep trying, and know that sometimes just telling someone you love them, we shouldn't be too shy to tell people that around us that we love them, and you can't say I love you too often. And yeah, so that's my video today. So I hope you're all having a great day, and I hope that, you know, these tips will help you in your relationships and your life, and that you enjoyed this video. Like I say, I hope you're all staying positive, and the smile is the best beauty tip. If you're happy on the inside, it will show on the outside. So yeah, so that's my video for today, and I will see you in my next video. So take care, all my baby chickadees. Love you all. Take care. Peace out. Bye-bye.